40 minutes to talk about this, so let's pick your brain forever. But let's start with the actual world itself. Tell me about the origin world. Tell me everything about it.
Right, so we're starting here on the world of Korriban. It's the origin world for both the Sith Inquisitor and the Sith Warrior.
Okay.
Korriban actually is the ancient home of the Sith, and they lost it. They were kicked out for several millennia. They've only recently reclaimed it, and so as soon as we get outside, he's having a little conversation here, but as soon as we get outside, you're going to see that it's sort of a desert planet. There are these ancient tombs, and the Sith have actually placed their training academy here.
Right.
So if you were a young Sith who has shown a little bit of promise in the Force, you're brought here to a pretty harsh testing ground to prove your mettle and prove that you can actually join the ranks of the true Sith.
It's like the worst YMCA day camp of all time.
Pretty much.
That sounds horrible.
This is boot camp in the worst sense.
Right. And we spoke a little bit earlier about the fact that you kind of created this whole other like time frame, basically. Not drawing from things in the past, whatever. How much kind of input did you guys have and LucasArts have into designing these origin worlds? Because these are things that you're basically creating from scratch.
Yeah, we have a tremendous relationship with our partners at LucasArts. They both know everything that we can and cannot do, but they're also really, really supportive of great ideas that our writing team comes up with. And so, some of these were actually part of canon already. People knew about the planets. They knew that, this actually, it has some history, and we're going to draw on that.
Right.
In some cases, we've gotten to create entirely new planets of our own to say, hey, this was maybe referenced once in an extended universe novella in 1983.
Right.
Why don't we place something there? And we've been able to take that and run with it.
That was impressive, by the way, that you referenced the 1983 novella. Even if it didn't exist, it was so believable.
Yeah, you can totally call me on that. I cannot name an extended universe novella from 83, but I bet they exist.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what are some, like you said, it's kind of a boot camp here, a Sith boot camp. But what are some of the other things you can do on this origin world? What's the purpose of being here? Is this where you kind of level up? Is this the 1 through 15, like, fetch quest where you're getting, like, Velociraptor toenails to bring in for a sheep?
Well, we want to make sure that you feel heroic from the beginning. That's why we're putting you in a dangerous place. So you're not going to be just, going sent out to collect toenails and such.
Right.
We also want you, though, to learn your story here. And we talk about how important story is in a BioWare game. And so the reason we've created these origin worlds and made them very specific to the classes that we've paired off and put there is so that you can really understand this is what it's like to be a Sith Inquisitor. This is what it's like to be trying to fight your way up that path in this harsh, sunburnt world.
Right.
So not only are you learning, but you're also learning how to play, right? You're learning, this is, here are some of my powers. I think if he does a little bit of combat here, you'll see he has the Force lightning. This is kind of what you would expect if you really, really want to go that Inquisitor path.
Right.
All of our classes are based very much on archetypes that you would expect from the movies. So the Inquisitor is sort of the Emperor archetype. It's all about Force lightning. He can pull out the lightsaber, though, and smack down.
Right.
But when we talk again about the Sith Warrior, he's very much more a Darth Vader character.
Right.
He is the tough, wade-into-battle guy. And so you're going to start seeing that dichotomy early on.
Okay, and we're going to see kind of groupings like, the way I look at things, if an Inquisitor is playing with something like a Sith Warrior, I feel like I should have some sort of, like, offensive bonus. I mean, are there going to be ways for people to play and kind of mix and match these classes to really, really optimize what these people
Absolutely, and you're going to find that out very, very quickly. In this particular instance, when you're running around on Korriban, he's playing solo right now, and therefore he's going to go up and melee it out with these guys. But if he were paired with a Sith Warrior, he would definitely take a ranged position.
Right.
He would be doing a lot of crowd control. He would be doing damage from range, while the Sith Warrior mixed it up close.
Right. Now, we've been talking about this a lot over the past year or so, since we saw the trailer last year at E3. Right. And there's a lot of things that people are talking about, whether it be the powers we've seen or how beautiful the environments are. But you're a guy who's worked on the game since its inception. What do you think is the one thing people are going to be talking about the most when they finally get their hands on this game?
Can I say two things? Because they're both one thing, kind of?
Whatever.
All right. Well,
of course. Go ahead.
The one thing we've already talked about is the full voiceover. It is astonishing. It's high quality. It's the type of storytelling you expect from BioWare games, and it is end-to-end throughout these MMOs. Every player character, every NPC, every quest giver has full high-quality voiceover, and it's a bit mind-blowing.
Okay.
The other thing, however, is it's the combat. We've really tried to make sure that we're taking MMO combat and turn it into something a whole lot more active, a whole lot more visceral. That really feels like the heroic Star Wars combat that you would expect from a Star Wars game. And so you'll actually see when he's fighting, his lightsaber's actually making contact with the blades of the enemies.
Right.
He's deflecting bolts, and you're actually
everything
seeing them deflect off. Exactly. It's not just I'm swinging my thing and there's some damage being done.
Right.
You're actually seeing it and you're feeling it as a player that, like, I'm actually involved toe-to-toe in this combat.
And we can see it when? When do we buy this? When's it on store shelves?
We're going to be shipping in spring of 2011.
That's it right there. You heard it. Spring of 2011, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm talking about, Dallas. Thank you so much for stopping by, dude. This was absolutely awesome. Morgan, just go take it.